Hello everybody, and welcome to another Throne of Eldraine draft here on the channel. Now before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy the video and want to show your support, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel to join our community here on YouTube. Click that bell icon once you have subscribed, or if you are already subscribed, so you get notified and don't miss any future videos. If you do have any questions at all about the draft or the gameplay, be sure to leave those in the comment section down below, because I do really love interacting with you guys and answering your questions. And if you would like to give back to the channel directly, you can do so via the Patreon, get access to some pretty cool rewards, like my full card-by-card tier list for Throne of Eldraine, bonus videos every week, and even some cool rewards like being put in the credits, stuff like that. So if you would like to support the channel and get access to those rewards, be sure to check out the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Also, if you are going to be buying cards, you might as well be using the affiliate link. There will be a link to that in the description and also in the pinned comment. It's a link to TCG Player. It's the site that I use, so if you're going to be buying cards anyway, might as well give back to our community at the same time. Without further ado, let's dive into the draft. Okie doke, so we started off with a pretty strong rare, Oathsworn Knight. It's a 3-mana 4/4 essentially. That's pretty hard to deal with in combat because 4 power is kind of like the key power. Like, it gets through a lot of the early defensive creatures like Corridor Monitor, Merfolk Secret Keeper, so they can't like chump it. And Oathsworn Knight is just going to slowly grind through your opponent's team if they're not careful. That being said, there are some very strong uncommons. Grumgully is quite nice. Though I think I would probably start with Cercara over it just because it's a monocolored card. And Slaying Fire is also really nice, though I think Cercara, again, it can win the game on its own, so I think it's probably better than the Slaying Fire. In the commons, we have Curious Pair is pretty good, Unexplained Vision pretty good, Smitten Swordmaster pretty good. These are just good cards. Like, this is just draw 3, so this is a thing blue decks want, though. The surplus of card draw effects in blue, for example, there's Wishing Well, there's Into the Story, makes this less necessary to prioritize. Curious Pair is nice just because a lot of green decks end up wanting to be food decks, and Curious Pair is just really low cost to get that food generation going. And then Swordmaster, just the 2/1 lifelink, surprisingly, is like an okay body in the format. It's a knight, and being able to drain out is nice as well. I don't think any of those are worth taking over any of the uncommons, though, and I think Oathsworn Knight might be just a card I want to get more experience with, because it does seem pretty powerful to me, just as a 3-mana 4/4. So I think I'm going to just take this card over the Cercara, and then I think I would go Oathsworn, Cercara, and then I'd take Grumgully, Slaying Fire, and then probably Swordmaster because I want more experience with that card. But we're just going to start with the Oathsworn Knight, try out that rare, so everyone can see how good it is, or not good, but I'm pretty sure it's good. So moving on to pick 2, there is a Bognaughty in the pack, which is pretty nice if you can get some food generation going, but it's not like absurd or anything. 5-mana 3/3 flyer is still a pretty decent body, though. The thing is sometimes it's just like, it's not like that big, and you need to have like a couple foods for it to get rolling. But since I already took an Oathsworn Knight, I could just take the Bognaughty, because it is comparable to the best cards in the pack. Fierce Witch Stalker is pretty powerful, though I don't necessarily want to have a double black card and a double green card in the same deck. Merrily Frighter can do good work as well. Flaxen Intruder I think is only playable if you have Lucky Clover, which is the 2-mana artifact that when you cast an adventure, you double it. So making 6 2/2s is just game winning. It's just like disgustingly broken, and has beaten me a couple times, and I've beaten people with it. So other than that, I don't think Flaxen Intruder is a very good card. And then Slaying Fire again. I think we're just going to take the Bognaughty, stick to black. It is still early in the draft. We can prioritize food makers like Golden Egg, and Tempting Witch and things like that. And also, we could still end up in black-green, though if we have a double black 3-drop, we don't necessarily want a double green 4-drop no matter what we're doing. There's also Slaying Fire, but I think I'd go Bognaughty, and then I'd probably take Slaying Fire just because it's easier to cast, but Slaying Fire without Adamant is still not great. And we get to follow this up with one of the best uncommons, Sir Conrad the Grim. This card is deceptively powerful. So essentially, it's like a clean win card against the mill decks, which are very prevalent on MTG Arena. It kind of makes MTG Arena less fun to play, the fact that mill is so broken on there, because the bots never take Merfolk Secret Keeper, never take Overwhelmed Apprentice, basically never didn't say please, so you can just get a busted mill deck like half the time, it feels like, and you play against them relatively frequently, and Sir Conrad just completely dominates them because it destroys the blue removal because it still is in play against So Tiny and Charmed Sleep, and it's also just like they mill you, and they mill like 4 creatures, and it does 4 damage to them, that type of thing. And it's also just a huge creature that can attack past stuff. So Sarkhanra the Grim is excellent. I think Keeper of Fables is also quite nice. The cool thing about this draft is it could have definitely gone other directions. So for example, had we taken Sarkhanra, we would have followed that up probably with the Slaying Fire. Sorry. And then we would be like in an interesting spot here. We'd probably still take the Conrad, but it would be a pretty interesting spot. There's also some paths maybe that get you into green with the Fierce Witch Stalker, and then you have a Keeper of Fables to go with that. Though I think that's less likely. But I think Sir Conrad is just a windmill slam. After that, I would probably take the Keeper just because it's the most powerful, and then I would take Malevolent Noble because it's a pretty good 2-drop in my color that I'm going to be playing. Okay, so it's looking like red is open, but the thing is I just keep seeing good black cards, and even though Red Cat Melee is quite nice, I like to keep myself open, keep my options flexible. I'm positive I'm playing black at this point, because I do have 3 black cards, and even though Red Cat Melee might be slightly better than Reef Soul, it's not like significantly better than Reef Soul, and the fact that I'm guaranteed to put Reef Soul in my deck is just super high upside, and then maybe I end up in the mill deck myself, like... It feels evil to end up in mill, but there's a Secret Keeper here that I know is going to wheel pretty much. And then there's like an Enchanted Carriage, which is a cool option. I think earlier in a draft I'd be more likely to take the Carriage, but since Reef Soul is, I think, a little bit, Reef Soul is just better than the Carriage. And the thing is being colorless doesn't matter as much because I know I'm playing the Reef Soul as well. The thing with Carriage that's so nice is you're going to be able to play it because it's a colorless card. But Reef Soul is essentially colorless now because I know black is going to be my main color. I'm probably going to play like 10 or 11 swamps, so I'm going to be able to cast this every time. So Reef Soul is just a fantastic pickup here. And now there is a Revenge of Ravens. Revenge of Ravens is just really irritating and just going to be the pick out of this pack. It just makes it so hard for aggro decks to win, even though against mill it's kind of a blank. If we do face a mill deck, we'll probably maybe wield this Memory Theft, and then we can pick that up and use it to good effect. But yeah, Revenge is just really annoying. The thing with this card that I overlooked when I was first looking at it is it seems really bad when you first look at it because you're like, well, it's a 4-drop that doesn't affect the board. But the thing is not only does it limit your opponent's options when it comes to attacking, because they can't just jam their 1 power creatures, their 2-drop power creatures like are half as effective, but the damage they take is way more relevant than I thought, because my initial reaction was, if I'm a control deck, I don't care about the damage. But that's not true, because if your opponent's alpha striking every turn into you to get through like 4 points of damage, and they take 4 points of damage, like say they have 4 2/2 flyers, and they attack you with them, then you can just have your 1 big creature and then just hit them with it. And your opponent just drastically lowers the number of turns they can attack. So like, hitting your opponent is a much more relevant way to fight them when you have Revenge of Ravens in play than I initially anticipated. So yeah, Revenge is definitely a scary card. And now again, there are some good blue cards here. There's I think in order of appearance, I think So Tiny is probably the best one, just because it's like a really cheap interactive spell that can also be like removal in the late game a lot of the time. When Witching Well is the number 2 best one here, and then I think Tome Raider is a little better than Overwhelmed Apprentice. But again, we just slammed this Reef Soul, which is caught up to be a nice pickup too, but Reef Soul is just fantastic. And we're basically mono black here. We're going to pick up a Cauldron Familiar. This card can really do good work here, especially if you get a Witch's Oven, which we'll definitely be on the lookout for now that we have a Cauldron Familiar. No need to commit to a second color with something like a Curious Pair. Still just looking to stay flexible, stay mono black. Wow, the cat made a really weird noise on Arena. Like that's the noise that my cat makes when she's not very happy. Okay, so now there's Cauldron's Gift, which is a card I haven't gotten to play with yet, but I think it's just bad. The thing with Raised Dead effects is generally you want to have really good creatures to get back. And we do have some good creatures. We have Sir Conrad, we have Bognaughty, Oathsworn Knight's pretty nice to get back as well. And we could even mill our own Cauldron Familiar. But the thing is sometimes you just don't have a creature in the graveyard on turn 5, and then you're just sitting with this card in your hand, and you don't have a good creature, and you're just like, what the heck is happening? And the problem with that is that, normally Raised Dead effects can target your opponent's creature. So, like, say, I Reef Soul my opponent's Sarkhanra, and then I Cauldron's Gift it back, and then I feel like I'm really doing something. But Cauldron's Gift just doesn't have that option. And an extra +1/+1 counter is just not that great. And like the self-mill can be like okay to help hit a creature, but it's like not that great. Tempting Witch is just a pretty solid card though. We want a couple foods because we do have this Bognaughty. Tempting Witch draining can also be a nice little food payoff on its own. So Pretty happy to get this, and we are noting green seems like a pretty solid second color for this deck, but there's no reason to commit to it yet, because we could still just open a bomb rare. And now I think we're just going to take Witch's Cottage over Curious Pair. It's just pretty nice to have ways to recur Sir Conrad, and we are going to have a lot of swamps in this deck. So, yeah, I think we're just going to take that over Curious Pair. The thing with Curious Pair is even though it doesn't look like it requires heavy green, it kind of does, because you want to be able to cast both halves on the same turn. On turn 3, sorry, for the sniffles. But you want to be able to cast both halves on the same turn. So you want to be able to go on turn 3, like green, make a food, and play the 2-drop. Or early in the game, you want to have reliable green mana. But if you have like 11-7 or 12-7 like we're going to have in this mana base, you're not really going to be splashing green just for a Curious Pair. And there is a Lash of Thorns, which does work nicely with the 4-mana 4/3 Menace, because then it just kills both the creatures. It also works quite nicely with Oathsworn Knight. So maybe we'll end up with enough synergy that it makes it worth it, though I am not super optimistic. But we'll see. We'll see. We're going to take this over the Flaxen Intruder. And now I guess we will take Fell the Pheasant as maybe a sideboard option. Yeah, this is what I was saying about the Secret Keepers. They just wheel. I'm not going to take these artifacts. We'll just take the Secret Keeper. Memory Theft came back. Perfect. You can even main deck that card sometimes. It's just, why is this card last pick? Like, I'm sure there's worse things. Okay, so this pack is stacked. Tons of great options. Worthy Knight. How many knights do we have? We have 1 knight. 2 knights. So not a ton of knights. Archon of Absolution is a fantastic card too. I don't think we really want the Worthy Knight because we just don't have a ton of knights, though it's early on, so we could still find more knights. The thing is, Archon of Absolution is just like a house. Like, this card can just win you the game on its own. Because your opponent just can't attack very well into it. If you play against a white deck, it's just, like, immune to their cards. Like, randomly. Just a fantastic card. I think the thing with Ardenvale Tactician is you want to be heavy white, and we're going to be heavy black for sure in this build. So we don't really want the Ardenvale Tactician because you want to be able to like cast this on turn 3 reliably, and you also want to be able to, in a lot of situations, cast the Dizzying Swoop and the Ardenvale Tactician on the same turn, which requires 3 white mana. So that's going to be a little too tricky for us, I think, especially to take this early. Scalding Cauldron's a nice card, and in pack 1, this card goes up a lot in value because you're just guaranteed to play it. But in this spot, when there's 2 super powerful white cards, I think it goes down in value significantly. And then there's a couple black cards that we're not going to take here. And then the white cards are just so much better than the other colors. I don't think Tournament Grounds, I do want to take a brief moment. I don't think this card's that good because you don't generally end up with like an 18 knight deck that's going to need, you have this as a dual land. A lot of the time you're going to have like Reeve Souls you want to cast, and then this just does nothing. So I think we're going to take Archon here because it's, first of all, it's comparable in power level, I think, to Worthy Knight in our deck because of the number of knights we have currently. Like, if we had 10 knights, this card's obviously better. But we only have, like, 2. And also, it's easier to have a single white mana by turn 4 than by turn 2. So, it's more likely to be able to cast this on curve. So, I think we're just going to, because of those reasons, we're going to take the Archon. And now, there's a Golden Egg to help potentially cast it. There's also a Mad Ratter, which we don't really have the card draw to support. Festive Funeral is not a card I'm a huge fan of. There's a Lonesome Unicorn to kind of pull me further into white. We could also just take a Golden Egg, though we don't really need that, though it can help splash the Archon. Interesting options here. The Golden Egg could leave us flexible also to maybe splash multiple cards. I'm considering the Lonesome Unicorn, but I don't think it's all that powerful. Like, it's not like an insane card or anything. So I think we'll just take the Golden Egg and then just keep ourselves kind of flexible. Though, Mad Ratter is kind of interesting because there are cards like Forever Young that help you draw a second card. There's Golden Eggs. Golden Egg is just a really good card. It just helps smooth your draws, helps you hit your color. Like, even if we run an 11-6 mana base, we want to be able to get our Oathsworn Knight on turn 3. We're not going to play Fireborn. I think the pick is just between the Golden Egg and the Unicorn. And I think since Unicorn is like a splash card, we don't even really want to splash that, so we're just going to take the Egg. And as I said, we could just end up in a different direction. The evil mill deck. Mill splashing Archon actually sounds kind of disgusting. Sorry. So Barrow Witches can get back Oathsworn Knight and Sir Conrad currently. Smitten Swordmaster is just a solid 2-drop. I think we're not taking a white card here. There's no reason to get further into that color when we could just end up in mill still. Barrow Witches versus Smitten. I think we already have 2 5-drops, so we're not going to prioritize the Barrow Witches as much, even though having ways to get back Sir Conrad is a really good game plan. So I think we're just going to take the Smitten Swordmaster and maybe get a couple more knights rolling. Huh. And now there's another Witch's Cottage. There's also a Wicked Guardian, which you have to kind of check how your stats line up. It kills that guy. I really don't want to hurt my Oathsworn. It doesn't kill that. It kills that. So generally not a great card in my deck, and in my opinion, just not a card I'm super happy to have overall. There's also an Outmuscle, so Outmuscle versus Witch's Cottage is close, because you can't just run unlimited Witch's Cottages, but a couple is pretty nice. I could also just take an Outmuscle and like move towards a green-black deck, though Archon is so much better than Outmuscle that I don't think it's really worth going that direction, and part of the power of Outmuscle is being able to cast it for triple green and get that Adamant, which I'm never going to get, so I think I'm just going to take the Witch's Cottage. And now there's a Lost Legion. There's also a Flutterfox, but I don't really have the support for Flutterfox. There's also another Golden Egg. Lost Legion is just pretty a solid card. It's a knight for if that matters. Egg's just not something I need to prioritize. I'm just going to take the Lost Legion. And now there's a Malevolent Noble. Cat would be okay, but we don't have a Witch's Oven yet. And even if we did get one, we don't really need multiple cats to go with it. I think we're just going to take the really strong 2-drop over the land. Okay. So we can probably just win with attacking, right? Like, a lot of our cards work relatively well in aggressive decks. So we don't... See, the thing is I could take Merfolk Secret Keeper, wheel the other one, and then just play mill, because I would have 3 Secret Keepers, but my deck doesn't really support that all that well, and I don't really want to do that because it's not that fun. I've already done mill a lot of times, so I think we're just going to take Foreboding Fruit, get another Lost Legion on the wheel from the first pack, and then be like close to mono black. Wow, that's a late Reef Soul, so pretty easy pickup. Pretty late Merfolk Secret Keeper as well, but we're not doing that game plan. And for Lost Legion did come back, though Forever Young does go up in value on Arena because of the ever-present mill. I kind of just want to keep taking Lost Legions. 1, 2... How many 3-drops do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 3-drops. I don't love Forever Young, though. I think we'll take it. We just need to have access to a copy of that. And now Memory Theft. Eye Collector A. We'll just take Silver Flame. It's just higher upside by a lot. Wicked Guardian came back. Wow, that's disgustingly late Flutterfox. Hey, last pick Cauldron Familiar. Good to know. Okay, so this pack really doesn't have anything we care about. We don't really need Spinning Wheel because we don't care about the ramp or the fixing. Giant Skewer is not really a card I care about either. And there's just... The thing is we are in a spot where if we opened a Bomb Rare or a super good uncommon, we could just take it. But we did not. We could just take a Scorching Dragonfire or a Spinning Wheel. Spinning Wheel's not like the worst. But we don't really have the stuff to splash. I wish that this was a, what's it called? Witch's Oven. I think we'll just take the Spinning Wheel here. We don't need a Giant Skewer. And now Clockwork Servant is fantastic in our deck because we're basically monocolored, and so there's always going to be a 3-mana 2/3 draw card. Even though Sarkar is nice, I don't think it's worth the requirements of having double red, especially because we still have this Archon that we're just going to be able to play. The Clockwork Servant makes a really weird noise when you pick it. It's like... Yeah, I can't imitate it. I should not have tried. That's, like, not great. That's not a good look for me. Oh, gosh. That was really bad. I think we'll just take the Glass Casket. We don't really need the removal spell, but what else are we taking? I guess we could take a Jousting Tummy. We have 1, 2 drops that are like proactive. I guess we could just take Jousting Dummy. We're not going to play Glass Casket, I don't think, when we have 3 Reeve Souls to do a similar role and we're only playing 1 white card. Yeah, let's take Jousting Dummy. Oh, man. What a pick. This is so tricky. It feels cheap to exploit the arena bots and just reliably wheel Revenge of Ravens, but I feel like it will wheel. It's so hard for decks to beat double Revenge of Ravens, other than by decking you, which my Forever Young will help against, and my 2 Witches' Cottages will help against. But the Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven loop is so sick. I mean, it's clearly between these 2 cards. I mean, in a paper draft, I take Revenge every time, pretty much, because I can just cut the Cauldron. So I think we're just going to do that. It is sad, though, because I really want to go for the loop and then just wheel this. I got one of these last picks, so I'm fairly confident it'll wheel. Like, very certain. You know, let's try to exploit the bots. Let's see how it works out. But in reality, it's probably better to take the other card. Barrow Witches is solid now that I have more Knights. I have Smitten, I have Oathsworn, I have Lost Legion, Conrad still. There's also just another Smitten. Let's just take the Barrow Witches, though. And Reaper of Night can be a very solid option. Ha ha ha, Revenge of Ravens number 2. We got there. We're not going to take Lockthwain, even though it is a sick payoff. This would have been our 5th Secret Keeper. Bots just don't take this card, which is so dumb. I think this card is good, but we're just going to take another Revenge. And now another Forever Young to stop us from milling out while our Revenges kill them. Skewer, sure. Wow. Okay, it didn't wheel. Never mind, it did wheel. We did it, boys! The legend himself. Smitten Swordmaster wheeled, what the heck? Well, that was easy. No big deal. Just abusing the bots. You know how it is. Some people abuse them by taking every single Secret Keeper, but the real strategy is to just get Revenge of Ravens with 2 cards left in the pack. We're not a Lash of Thorns deck. We did not get there on that, but we did get the Cauldron Familiar Witch's Oven loop, so that's sweet. We don't want 2 Cauldron Familiars, though. We'd only want 1 of each. Memory Theft, not really a card I'm interested in. Let's see, are there any bad cards in here? We don't need 6 planes. Are you kidding me? We have 1 white card. We're going to run 4 planes. This is 18 lands. We can probably run 17. Yeah, we have the Golden Egg to help with our splash, too. Are we going to run 2 Forever Young? I kind of want to, just because it can help us cycle early, and also, like, once we get 2 Revenge of Ravens down, we just can't lose to damage, so not dying to decking is pretty nice. I think this is a nice little combo with Witch's Oven too. I really want to try the Witch's Oven out. I haven't gotten to yet. I don't know if we want Jousting Dummy now that we have 2 Smittens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We might not want Reaper of Night. It is just a solid card, though. I like this little combo. I really want to try it out. Smitten Swordmaster is just not something we're really interested in. It just doesn't do something we care about. I think we're going to cut 1 Forever Young, maybe. Though. Yeah, I think we'll cut 1 of those. Bog Naughty doesn't really get there. I mean, it's such a sick combo with Witch's Oven too, though. And the Foreboding Fruit and the Golden Egg. Oh, man, this is so tricky. I don't think we need Barrow Witches if we're going to run double Forever Young. Sure, it gets back to Conrad. And this guy. But we have double Forever Young to do that. And Forever Young's better against Mill. I think we'll run one Barrow Witches in the main and then one Forever Young in the board. I don't think we need double of those. If we have so much recursion. We have 2 Witches' Cottages. And if we are against Mill, we'll just save our Forever Young if we draw it. 2, 3. I think we need to keep these creatures, and we can get rid of Jousting Dummy, I think. This is a 4-drop. Yeah, we can get rid of Jousting Dummy, I think. Or maybe we just cut the Golden Egg. The Golden Egg's just really good in our deck, because we have different food payoffs. We have the Archon. I'm really tempted to just cut this Jousting Dummy. Oh my gosh, it's so hard to figure out this last cut. I want to keep the 5-drops. I want to keep the 4-drops. Oh man, this is so tricky. I think it's between Reaper and Jousting Dummy. I think we're going to cut Reaper. Just having 4 2-drop creatures is so good. Though I think we kind of just already smashed. We can always side it in. Yeah, that's going to do it for the build. I mean, this deck seems awesome to me. Really fun, and I hope you stay with me for the matches, and I hope you enjoy the drafting portion. Hello, and welcome to round 1. We will play first. And we will keep this hand. This is a good hand. We have opted to go with the Zendikar lands. Must get our Elemental Cat on theme, even though he's covered by the camera. Okay, opponent, I see what you're trying to do here. Sure, their 1/3 completely destroys my 2/1. Yada yada yada. Hooray. Not gonna lie, I wish this was a Reaper of Night right about now. What if it was turn 2 against aggro? Honestly, not the worst use of my turn 4, getting rid of this Curious Pair. This is okay. Like, they're not attacking me anyway, so Revenge doesn't do much. And if they even use a spell to kill the Jousting Dummy, I'm really okay with that. Sure. Sure. Weird attack. Sorry. I don't know why I apologize when I cough. It's just, I know it's not the most pleasant thing to listen to. Okay. We'll just get it back with our Barrow Witches, and Cauldron Familiar is at home in the graveyard anyway. We shall wait. We need to hit a land, but we don't want to get hit by another Reaper. Wow, you should never play Gingerbread Cabin in the same deck as Witch's Cottage. That was a productive attack. Haha. The advantage is mine. I should have attacked first. This just lowers their number of attacks. I guess food makes it so they can kind of attack for a while. I really like the Zendikar Plains, and the Zendikar Swamp is just kind of neat looking. Oh no. Oh, whatever shall I do? Oh no, Gingerbrute. Oh, Bognaughty. It's so cute. Nice of you to show up. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill that real quick. Don't mind me. Just taking names. We're trying to keep cards in hand so that the Reaper also can't attack us when it does come down eventually. We can get back Cauldron Familiar soon. Oh man, this is so classic. Classic Revenge of Ravens. Just ownage on Gingerbrute. That's what I live for, just crushing Gingerbrute. I'm not gonna lie, their ambitious mana base is tilting me. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that. Having a bunch of Gingerbread Cabins is solid. They're gonna think this has flying because they might not know. Well, maybe they won't. Maybe they'll know what's up. We're just digging for our second Revenge of Ravens. Or our third. Oh, man. I'm so glad we made that Witch's Oven pick. The next level plays. Ah, shoot. I think they have +3/+3. So if they have +3/+3 to everything. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I got a 10. How do I bait out the +3/+3 though? I mean, I don't really care. They have to use it here, otherwise this attack is garbage. If they just make attacks like this, I'm fine. Because their 1/1s just did nothing. Oh. Say hello to my little friend, the Reef Soul. I think we have a good matchup here. A little bit of, a tad bit of a good matchup on our hands, potentially. Well, that's dumb. Oh, sweet, sweet revenge. I'm so sad. This thing can have flying now that we have 2 revenges. We can bring back this Cauldron Familiar. I am sad. Sad day. Actually, this thing does 2 damage because of Sir Conrad. Attack me at your own risk, opponent. Boom! Haha, let's go. Oh, that was a classic matchup. Just the old wreck them with your Revenge of Ravens and they can never win the strategy. It's a classic. Honestly, this Oathsworn Knight doesn't really fit our game plan all that well, but it's just so good. I think it's worth playing. I kind of want to bring in this Reaper for this jousting dummy. The lifelink on these guys is really nice. I don't really want the Wickeds. Memory Theft isn't really necessary. I didn't see any bombs. So yeah, let's just run it like this. Our fantastic mono black deck. The thing is, I didn't know if monocolored decks would be viable on Arena because I don't know how the bots prioritize cards. Well, this is a good hand. Since we're not going to have any creatures in our graveyard, we might as well just play the Witch's Cottage tapped on turn 1 to ensure our curve. It's a little cottage. Ah, just a little cottage. Oh, the giant skewer. Hello, Revenge. This is a nice adaptation. Oh, goodness. Cancel. We're going to mill it. We have to discard a card to hand size if we do that. Not ideal. We have a lot to do, so we'll be fine. Oh my gosh. They have all these things that care about creatures, and then... Unfortunately, they get to make a food when we go for our Reeve Soul now. Oh, how does it feel, opponent? How does this make you feel? Getting them with the beatdowns. Well, they're going to get to make a second food. Actually, I don't really care about this card at all. Once they waste mana equipping, then we can kill it. We have a lot of food to throw at them. Go for it. What's the worst that could happen? I could just have a Reeve Soul, but you know. I mean, they probably don't have options because they're mana screwed. Aww. They could have made 2 foods. And opponent scoops it up. Maybe I should have thrown a food at them instead of playing the Revenge, but I didn't want to have to discard Revenge, though I guess I would have won if they'd done that, so maybe I should have just thrown the food. That is going to do it for round 1. Our sweet mono black deck takes down the victory, and I hope you stay with me for the next round. Hello, and welcome to round 2. I think this is a keep, despite not having a ton of action. It does stall the game relatively well, and we are on the draw, so we'll have time to draw action. I will note that between the time I recorded and played round 1, I did a bunch of stuff. I went to classes and stuff, and so this round is played after the bot update, which means that my deck might be significantly better than every other deck I face here, so we'll keep that in mind. It would be sick if that was the case, because my deck is pre-bot update. I don't really see myself using... Get out there, Lifelinker. I don't really see myself using the Witch's Cottage, because none of these creatures are really worth getting back, but nice to have the option. I'm going to have the lands anyway. We don't need to use our Reef Soul, we'll just establish a perimeter. Never mind, that is fantastic. These are the types of games, like turn 3 Oathsworn Knight is just so annoying. It can't be Reef Souled. Okay, now we will use Reef Soul. Actually. Yes. And hopefully we can get them a little bit low, or in a spot where they can't really block this. Trading 4 for 4 sounds good to me when I have double Revenge. Oh, shoot. Oh, no. Well, that's a bummer. This is rough. Not gonna lie. Oh my gosh, the anti-synergy. This is brutal. Luckily, I'll be able to sacrifice this food. No! This is so dumb. They have all the answers. Oh my gosh, my Reef Souls are so terrible. Shoot. They can just start sacking food to deal 3 to me, so I have to kill that. Man, this game just lined up so poorly for me. Wow, I just lose. There's no way I can win because this thing can attack me, and I can't block it. What a silly game. Holy heck. Just have to see the line opponent. Well, that's dumb as well. Now I'm dead all ways to Tuesday. Gosh darn it. That feels like it should have been a win. Those Reeve Souls just couldn't kill a brick door. Ouch. And Oathsworn Knight just did not match up well. They just played like immediately a 5/5 and then they oh man. Double adamant colors. Feels bad, man. Okay, we're going to bring in Reaper of Night. We're going to bring in I don't want to make too many changes, but Reaper definitely should come in. Honestly, Oathsworn's probably still good. We'll cut a Jousting Dummy. We'll make our grindy change. Oh man, I really want to win. This deck seems great. We just did not draw the cards we needed. Like, I think you can't really cut Reeve Souls because there's still cards you want to kill, like Savvy Hunters. That was unlucky, though. Okay, Josh Jones, prepare to meet your doom. We have all the stuff we need. 3, 4, 5. Pacha. I like the Tempting Witch with the Bognaughty, and I like the land too. I think we're just going to get this down. Since they don't have any creatures, playing Revenge of Ravens just doesn't do anything. Whereas getting their life total lower does really help for my own Revenge of Ravens plan. Okay, Enchanted Carriage. Irritating. Just having a flyer is kind of nice. I wish we had some bacon to a pie. Oh, that's unfortunate. Honestly, killing a mouse doesn't do anything because they're going to just play this thing and I can just never deal with this thing in a million years. Like, I don't think I can kill this. My kingdom for a bacon to a pie. Yeah, they saw the line. Opponent's deck just has better removal than mine. My Reef Souls are just unplayable garbage in this deck. We're going to chump the 7/7 with our Lost Legion and then get it back with Barrow Witches. Never mind. Maybe we should Reef Soul one of those things. Ooh, I have a free chump block or block on Enchanted Carriage. Nice. Oh, man. Man, this is looking so bad. If even a single one of my Reef Souls were baked into a pies, I would be able to win this game. Oh my gosh, this is just one of those games where nothing lines up properly for me, and they just have a slightly, better deck for the matchup. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What a catastrophe. In matchups where Reef Soul is bad, I just can't win, and this is the exact type of matchup where it's terrible. Hopefully we have better luck in the finals. Hello and welcome to round 3. We did win the die roll and elected to play first, and we are going to keep this fantastic hand. 2-drop into 3-drop. Cannot ask for more. And then we have Smitten to drain them and play Smitten. Oh, poor Rimrock Knight. You have no idea the magnitude of your folly. Man, this is a matchup where Oathsworn is going to dominate. I hope. Don't Trapped in a Tower it. Please no. Opponent making a decision. I think we just want to hit our land drop still. If we hit a swamp, we can even use this ability. Ouch. sad day. I cry every time. That sniffle was for dramatic effect. It was a... Oh no. Well, never mind. That's actually great for me. Now you may be wondering, why not cast Golden Egg and try to hit a land? And the reason is just Reeve Souling that is just going to buy me a lot more time to hit my land drop. And if the exact top card of my deck isn't a land, I get way punished. In that spot, I kind of have to get lucky, but never lucky. I mean, because I'm just so far behind of the Sir Alan and the castle. And it's so sad. Gosh darn it. High land. You traitor. Traitorous devil. I'm just dead on board, right? This is 7. I'm dead. Well, not hitting lands tends to screw you like that. It's unfortunate. I thought this deck was good, but I'm beginning to see its weakness in killing anything that's not a 3/3. And also, just that game was a catastrophe because I didn't draw lands. I would have been fine if I'd drawn lands. The Oathsworn Knight has also been pretty bad. Yeah, I like the setup though. The configuration seems okay. Oh man, that game was not fun at all. The ones that are fun are where you make like close decisions, like whether or not to play Revenge or play like a removal in a creature and stuff like that. But that was just like Magic the land screwing. Getting rid of that because I can't even trigger it on turn 3 necessarily. And this card is really good in the matchup. As is this card, and I need this card to help me find more my land drops. Playing the swamp, so if I hit another one I can play my Foreboding Fruit. I've currently drawn half of my planes. Ooh, that is going to be sweet. We're going to attack because it's just it's a bigger life swing, and getting their life total low is actually kind of relevant with this Revenge. Revenge and Archon is going to be nice. Archon actually can deal with creatures that are bigger than 3/3. Oh, the crystal slipper. There goes my Reeve Soul plan. Revenge, I think, comes first. And then Archon. And now we don't attack. Maybe we're still supposed to attack. Well, that's a feels bad. So I can attack. He goes to 15, I go to 13, then they attack. Yeah, I don't want to attack. There's some argument to just playing Archon there, but then they kill Archon and I'm screwed. Getting this into play is also really nice. Well, shoot. There goes that plan. That's a pretty easy decision. They can't interact with it, really. And it just makes their attacks really unprofitable. Next turn I'll play my Archon. I think the correct play was to move the Slipper. I don't know what's in their hand, obviously. Okay, Archon will really help with this. And now we just hope that this works. Because we can block this guy all day long. Oh, it's pro-white as well. So we just have to hope they don't have burn. Please don't have burn, opponent. What would I do to deserve a burn spell here? As your final card that you've been holding the whole game waiting for a target. Gosh darn it. It's not me, it's destiny. Oh my gosh, please don't kill me. Oh man. Honestly, if I hit them now, they go to 4. How do they ever kill me? I can go up to 10. I just have to chump. How do they ever win from here? Sure. They can only attack with one creature. Glory to Revenge of Ravens. Thank goodness. He lives. Oh my gosh, what a really a fantastic comeback. Carried completely. No, I'm just kidding. There was no skill involved. It was all revenge. I mean, there was some skill involved. But usually it was just me getting wrecked by every card they had and then just barely winning because revenge just destroys their deck. This attack was kind of interesting too, though. I'm gonna wait, because if they have Fling, I need to hold up this food. They cannot block. Is their last card actually Fling? Oh my gosh, it is. So us not sacking the food was so clutch. We're gonna sack the food now. Just to be safe. Oh my gosh, they literally can't attack us. It's just a waiting game. Now we just have to wait till we find some knights, then we can drain them out. Well, that's why you save your Reeve Soul. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the reason. Oh, never mind. My Reeve Soul's completely useless again. Gosh darn it. I thought it was a strategy play. But in reality, it was terrible. I'm 1 point short. Are you kidding me? You have got to be kidding me. That would have been 3 direct damage. Nice. Man, I'm going to lose this game somehow, and I'm going to be so sad. I just need a knight. Then I can curry favor twice. I can't believe they had fling. No, they gained 7. I just can't win now. I literally can't win. Oh my god, wait, what? Holy heck, am I just dead? Oh no. Oh my gosh, I forgot that unlocked their attacks. Am I? Oh my gosh. Four, 6, 8, 11. I take 9 and go to 2. My hope is that by leaving this thing here, they'll forget to re-equip it to Circara. Yes! He lives to fight another day with the mind games. Because if I kill this, they're just going to re-equip because they have the mana. Yes! Oh, he hath stabilized. I'm just going to play the lifelinker. You never know when 1 point of damage will matter. Putting them to 2 means that the revenge can kill them. If they attack. Forever Young can get back my Archon. This game turned out to be way too close. As in, what the heck, how was this game so close? Man. Thank goodness, Conrad, I needed you. And you're coming in clutch. We're going to go out of danger range from a Searing Barrage. Oh my gosh, the Soul Read. They had it. Oh my gosh. What a crazy game. Because they were 1 mountain away. So we have the win now. I'll let you find lethal. I know you can see it because you're all smart individuals. To those of you that spotted it, excellent work. Boom. Let's go. We're headed to the next game. What an absurd match. That game was so crazy. I had him at 2 with 2 Revenge of Ravens. I'm like, I can't possibly lose. And they had the fling that I had to play around, like obscure common, and then I had to crack my egg before they could drew another mountain. And their gaining a bunch of life really wrecked me. Okay. Doke. I don't really want the giant skewer though. I think I just have a decent configuration. Maybe I want another cauldron familiar. But they don't even have that many 1/1s. I think we're just gonna run it back. Sad as that may be. Oh my gosh, this hand is drawn up for this matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a keep on our hands. Holy. Holy. Double Revenge and Jousting Dummy and Archon. We're going to just play the Lifelinker, make their attacks a little awkward, because if they attack us, we get to attack them back and gain back that sweet, sweet life. Sweet, sweet life points. Double Revenge early is going to make this game a nightmare for the opponent. We have more Reef Souls, but gaining some life here is really nice. Hopefully we draw a Reef Soul before they draw Circara. I don't think they can attack here. Always do the attack here, because if they have like a Fairy Guide Mother, then I can't even block anyway. No Circara, no Circara, no Circara, no Circara. Whoa, ambitious. Well, they don't have Circara, that's good news. Have fun, opponent. It's not the most mana efficient play, but getting this guy onto the board means I can start chipping away. Don't do me the wrong, opponent. Don't do it. No, they have fling. Red cap melee. They have to sack a land. Yikes. The problem is Circara pings are still a problem, so I have to find another Reeve Soul. I wish this was a knight, because then I could get it back, and that would be fun. And I can sack the Smitten Swordmaster, then get it back with Barrow Witches. An opponent scoops it up, not willing to go through the hoops of finding Crystal Slipper to put on their Circara to protect from my Reeve Soul and then slowly ping me out. They believe in my ability to beat them before then. We win that round, and it was a crazy match, and I hope you stay with me for the next one. Hello, and welcome to round 4, I think. Wow, crazy stuff. We are going to keep this hand. Hopefully Reeve Soul's good in the matchup. Just realized I should not eat and record. I'm going to put that apple over there. Okie doke, blue-green. What have you got for me? I hope it's not Mill. Oh. Sad day. It's a nice little play for us. Works out. Blue tends to draw a lot of cards, so unless they have Mill, they're going to struggle to get through the Revenge. Like, they're already 27, and we have 30, so... Have fun, opponent. Nope, no apple. Stay away. Recording. I almost took a bite of that apple. I have, like, all the noisiest food surrounding me. I've got some carrots right here. Sure. We'll probably Reeve Soul this. Killing mana is always pretty nice. We're going to decline. Why does it give them priority? Oh, they have Opt. Duh. I was thinking of Mystical Dispute, but that only counters blue spells. No. Why do I always grab these noisy fruits and veggies? Okay, that's a good use for our Reeve Soul. They might chump just to make it smaller. Okay. That dies to my Bog Naughty. Hopefully this works. If they didn't say please, I'll be sad. Yeah. We do still have the Oathsworn Knight in our favor. For some reason I thought this cost 3 to activate. And I've thought that the entire format. Save the food for now, decide where we want it. We don't have any card draw now that Foreboding Fruit has been milled, so no reason to not hold a land. The Knight is going to be a really pain for them. It'll probably eat the Queen of Ice. I considered attacking with this guy too, but that just doesn't leave me in a great spot. Like I get 1 point of damage extra through. I don't know. They don't have all that many good options. They could get Bog Naughty, which is a little annoying. But they presumably don't have all that much food. Foreboding Fruit is probably better. Every point matters. Okay. Like, I'm not super worried about the way this game is looking right now. I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. Like, they can kill this thing, sure. I think we're going to use this now. Like, I'm just not worried about my life total, but I don't want to be in a spot where I have to not tap out. Because this just limits the number of attacks they can make. Because they're going to start chipping in with Bog Naughty, probably. Because mathematically it can still get there. Especially because this gives them life points, potentially. That's an interesting draw. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm going to try to get the Oathsworn Knight back first. Gosh darn it. Holy hell. That was really bad. Witch's Oven was going to be a nice little engine. Clockwork Servant was going to be good. Oh no. I do still have my Barrow Witches. Oh, they can't activate this. What am I saying? Barrow Witches to get back Conrad's going to be great. Okay. Not cool, bro. I feel like we have not drawn particularly well. I attack with everything they block here. They go to 5. Oh, this is so brutal. Hello, cat. I know you're sad because your Witch's Oven is gone. Where's my second Revenge of Ravens? They haven't milled those yet. I have another Witch's Cottage to get back Conrad, and I have a Barrow Witches, so I'm fine. Gosh darn it. Hmm. Gosh darn it. Sad day. This card is stupid. Oh my gosh. We drew incredibly poorly to lose this game, I'd say. I don't know. Maybe not incredibly poorly, but there's just a lot of things we could have drawn. Like, our last 9 cards are pretty solid. Oh, they have a swamp? That's funny. Oh, that's so sad. Well, we definitely want the Reaper of Night. And a Forever Young. Probably a second Cauldron Familiar. And Memory Theft. What's bad in the matchup? Maybe we don't need the second Cauldron Familiar. And maybe we don't need Jousting Dummy, probably not. Maybe this engine isn't good enough. Seems pretty good. Huh. Maybe it's just not good enough. Hopefully that works out. We'll go first. We'll keep this hand. We're getting off to a nice beatdown start. Next turn we'll go Curry Favor and then Smitten Swordmaster. The aggro! I am sad. And now we just wait on this Forever Young for the entire game. And we have 2 discard spells to get rid of their counter spells, so our Forever Young can resolve. We're going to bait out a counter spell with this. Yep. We're fine with that. Gosh darn it. It's fine. I wasn't planning on winning with damage anyway. Yep. Sure. Let's go! Oathsworn Knight! Actually, that's really bad. At least I can sacrifice it to Noble if it becomes a problem. I do not think our deck can win this game. Oh, we definitely can't win this game.
Revel with your king, wild and sovereign and free. One bite, and all your fears are gone.
Yeah, we cannot win this game. Oka is just going to make 3/3s every turn. Yeah, I don't even think it's worth playing. Like, our deck just does not have cards that can win this game. Like, even if we draw Sir Conrad, we just straight up lose. Yeah. Yikes. Well, feels bad, man, but I think part of that is just the way the arena meta shakes out is the aggro decks are worse. So, like, we played that one aggro deck that was a really good matchup, and those decks are just a small minority of the decks in the overall arena meta. Anyway, that is going to do it for this draft video. If you did make it all the way till the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag MonoBlack to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you have any questions at all. If you would like to support the channel directly, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, get access to all those sweet rewards. And I do like to thank all those patrons, especially those that support at the credits level. I really do appreciate you guys as well. It's really cool. And if I can figure out my technology, I'll get the credits up. Thank you so much to all the folks that support at the credits level. Thank you so much to patrons support at every level. I really do appreciate your support. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.